Hello, my name is Gopi Harris.
And I'm Carla Avila.
Today is our second webcast and our third recording for our Magicticity series. Magicticity is a word that we made up, and
Yes.
it's about
The magic that is produced when you convey your authentic self and you have a great connection with your audience.
That's exactly right. And today our topic is gesture and how important gesture is and how important it is to gesture naturally. But the problem is that a lot of people don't know what naturally means. So first of all, it's not what you feel like doing when you're in front of an audience, because you might feel like clutching the lectern or
Hands in your pockets.
or clasping your hands or crossing your arms. And that's partly that you're nervous, which we'll talk about at another time about how to work with nerves.
Yes.
But most of us want to hold ourselves in. Gesturing naturally is actually big and broad gestures, which you can prove by going anywhere, coffee shop, street.
And just observing people. And also, I think one thing is that sometimes people feel that if they're going to gesture, it may be too much.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be natural because they're maybe exaggerating.
Yeah.
But the reality is that you're not exaggerating. You're just talking the way you would normally talk.
If you weren't thinking about it.
Exactly.
So here's that kind of catch-22, is that when you're thinking about it, you have to do something consciously that you typically do without thinking about it. And when you do something consciously, it feels a little awkward at first. This is where rehearsal comes in.
Yes.
So we've talked about that some of these skills to make you more your authentic self might take some rehearsal. So big and broad gestures. If there's air between your arms and your body, you're probably gesturing big enough. And there was that University of Chicago study.
Yes, where they have studied children, for example,
Blind children.
That actually gesture in the same moments or the same times that children that can see would do when they're speaking and when they're describing something.
And when they're speaking to a blind audience,
Right.
which is what's so important.
Right.
So the conclusion that the University of Chicago came up with is that gesture is not just a flourish that people use when they speak. It's an integral part of people expressing and creating your thinking. So gesture helps you as well to think more clearly.
Right. And there are different types of gesturing. So there's the emphatic gesturing, where you want to really be explicit about something and say this is the way that it is, or you also have something that is descriptive. So
Yes.
you can say performance was very good, it was high, or you can say, well, our turnover is very low, and you can show it. So there's ways that you can talk to people in the way that you are sharing and showing with a gesture if something is high or low, big or small, or global.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just gestures that match what you're saying. But remember, always go bigger. And the other aspect of this is sincerity.
Yes. And when you use your hands and you're open to the public, you're open to the people you're speaking to, it provides this connection and this channel to share that you are in fact sincere in what you're saying, and the person that is listening to you will also perceive that.
Yeah.
So that's the type of connection that we're looking for.
Yeah, and it's not only that they'll perceive you as being sincere, but they will want to be more sincere back to you. So you're increasing the sincerity level in the room by using some open palm gestures. And we're not saying sit around like this all the time, but we're saying open your palms, use some open palm gestures. What better way to create that magicticity?
Yes, and remember to plan to do it before you go into a speech or having a conversation with people. Remind yourself that it's a nice thing to do, and it'll be more effective.
Yeah, and it's actually a really important thing to do, even on the telephone, believe it or not.
Exactly.
So to be in touch with us, what do they do?
Email us at contact@magicticity.com or visit our website.
Thank you.